We're outside of a home on Ossington Avenue, and if you can believe it, it has been on the market since January 1st. Now, while the owners here have been waiting to sell their home, the rest of us, for about the last month or so, have been waiting to see how prices would react to the provincial government's housing measures announcement back in April. Well, the numbers are in, and housing prices are down over the last month at a near record rate.
This is a big month-to-month decline in prices, the biggest we've seen in a while.
According to the Toronto Real Estate Board, the average price for all home types in April was $920,000. In May, it dropped to $863,000.
6% drop month to month. We haven't seen a number like that in quite some time. I do think that over time it's going to come back, so I don't think this is the beginning of this plunge into lower prices.
Homeowners can't sleep well tonight knowing that prices on average across the board are still up 15% year over year compared to May 2016 because of the sizable gains over the last 12 months. According to Ryerson University professor Cynthia Holmes, the drop-off is largely a result of the province's housing announcement.
This is sort of putting a pause on the growth in the housing market here in Toronto.
Another interesting statistic released by TREB today, the amount of listings is up almost 50% from this time last year. But as we first told you last week on City News, the number of sales are down in almost every corner of the region. And we may only have ourselves to blame, with owners rushing to try and put their place on the market and buyers getting cold feet.
These two attitudes actually create the house price decline.
City News spoke with multiple consumers who have been caught up in this market shift. Many have bought first. Problem is, their own properties need to sell and are sitting on the market.
The prices they're getting today are quite a bit less than what they could have got in March.
Jamie Johnston with RE/MAX says owners caught in this jam need to realize they may have to be ready to accept less than they thought they'd initially get.
I feel for those people that bought in March and are trying to sell their property now to move in, but you have to realize they already got a 30% jump in prices already, so instead of gaining 30%, they're only going to gain 20%.
Holmes says much of this is part of a knee-jerk reaction and could have been avoided if the province had gradually rolled out its plan and gives consumers time to react.
If they had known that the policy would have been in place, maybe they would have chosen to delay or defer their market activity.
One thing economists say we could look at when trying to predict how our market is going to react is Vancouver. After their provincial government announced similar housing measures about a year ago, they saw housing prices dip for a few months before picking back up again. Economists here believe we could see housing prices rebound as early as this fall, though a word of warning, predicting the market is a tough game, and many people have been wrong many times over.